Another hot day in Texas. This is Jesus Manuel Garza at Pedernales Electric, where I used to work for about 5 years, and also the Johnson History Museum and the park here. It's a very nice location. I used to, back in the day, walk during my lunch break after having my little sandwich. I would get some exercise. Lord knows I needed some exercise. So right now I'm going to walk around this park, show you some, give you a quick glimpse. Again, this park is essentially the ancestral home of Lyndon Baines Johnson, one of our presidents, and also has some ranch area that sort of personifies the Texas colonial period, where they moved here from Germany and other countries such as that, and they brought with them their style of infrastructure. So they have very large barns, very well built barns, but their homes are rather modest, so the animals were well taken care of. So I'm going to show you my little walking area. A lot of white stone. Hope you like it. My wife's right ahead of me. Let me turn around the camera. Again, I would walk around here during my lunch break from Pedernales Electric Cooperative. I was in their marketing department. I did a lot of their photography, wrote scripts, designed their very first website from scratch. PEC.coop. This cooperative covers quite a wide swath, everywhere from Junction, Texas, to Bulverde, Texas, Bertram, Texas, Georgetown, Texas, Johnson City, of course, Marble Falls. The list goes on and on. So essentially, the rural areas, previously what were rural areas around Austin and San Antonio, and then headed towards Junction area. It's very nice cooperative. I had very positive experiences down there, and enjoyed my time there, other than dealing with a couple managers. But then again, everybody has problems with their managers sometimes. They get a little bossy. They have dumb ideas. I remember once getting busted for walking on the lawn. Apparently our department, the marketing department, couldn't walk on the lawn. Everybody else was sitting on the lawn, having a good time on the lawn. But apparently our manager, in her infinite wisdom, said, we do not like you walking on the lawn. So she wrote me up on that one, which I find funny. In fact, I saved up the little note she sent me saying I was in deep doo-doo. There's my wife up ahead. She always has a little bit of a rock in her shoe and she's adjusting her. So how you doing, sweetie?
I'm doing good, except I got some gravel in my sandals. But it's a beautiful day here. Look at all this wild nature here.
Yeah, that's quite a bit of grass. And to the left is a ranch. And sometimes you can see rheas and other wild animals.
Oh,
and,
really? Oh, that would be
and of course, this area, Johnson City, Fredericksburg, Marble Falls, to all the way to Blanco, is famous for their wild game ranches, where they grow the wild game, from Africa and other countries. And they say, okay, here's a gun, shoot it and kill it.
Wow.
And we'll point it out for you. In fact, we'll even hold your rifle for you if you really want us to.
That whole event center area.
Yeah, that's this where the bathrooms are.
Wow. Okay. I don't think I'd come this way. If I did, I'd go
So you have picnic areas here. They have RV parking too, which is always nice. So the land was transformed.
It's called high stirrup grass.
Yeah, essentially they had issues. They thought they were going to have all kinds of prosperous cattle grazing,
Yeah.
but the grass, once it was eaten up, didn't really come back as well as it used to.
And that's when the non-native things came in.
That's when the non-native things came in, and also they started growing goats. And around here, the mohair industry,
Right.
until that fell apart.
Oh dear.
And but people have instead of a lot of cows, they have a few cows here and there. So they learned that you can't have as many cows as we had hoped.
Right. Well, speaking of cows,
Let's go to the right, and then we'll.
I remember about 15 or 20 longhorns here, all different sizes, all different colors.
Speaking of the devils, they're right up ahead.
Where? Oh boy, I can't wait to see them. It's been a good 10 years, I think, since I've seen them. Oh, yeah.
So this is a typical Texas state park, glamorizing the colonial period of German, Czech, and southern, Alabama, Georgia, Tennessee, movement into the state during the 1830s, 40s, and 50s. And so they have all these essentially memorials to that colonial period. I call it a colonial period. There's a lot of mythology surrounding the founding of Texas. Texans always claim that they were a very independent bunch. In fact, Texas was prompted by the U.S. government. Here's a good size little beast right there. Look at that guy. He's having a good time. Nice color, brown.
That is a solid body.
I'm gonna go over there and give him a. Can I give him a ride, sweetie? Go for a ride.
No. It said wild beasts are unpredictable.
They have some more over here.
You're not supposed to feed them. That's one of the rules of coming into this place.
You mean I can't go over there and pet them?
No, sir. God, look how tall they are.
They're pretty good size. Got big horns.
Yeah. No, the front legs are awful small in comparison to
the hindquarters.
Yeah. Surprising.
Oh, by the way, here's a bit of information. They're not just called longhorns. Their original name was Mexican longhorns. But, of course, you don't want that Mexican in there for Texans don't like that aspect. So let's go this way, sweetie. I'll let you, if you want to stay there, you can stay there. I'm going to walk further because I'm... So over here on the left, they have a cabin. And they have this gigantic, large rather, area where they kept the animals. So it's a nice little walk. I would walk around here, take about 20 minutes or so, not too long, maybe half hour on a slow day if I had a big lunch. At Pedernales Electric Cooperative, every month they would have a specific event called Goodie Day, in which they celebrate everybody's birthday. And this would be an extended lunch period. And they would have all kinds of pastries and great food. And they would celebrate, everybody's birthday. So, for example, when it was my birthday and everybody else's in my month, they would say, "Stand up!" And they would sing us happy birthday and etc., etc. Over to the right is downtown Johnson City, a modest downtown, like 3 blocks worth. And then going this road here, if you went to the left, you would go to a much more beautiful town, Fredericksburg, Texas. Absolutely gorgeous Fredericksburg, Texas. Super German town, Fredericksburg, Texas. They have military museums. Here's a beautiful little building. Again, serious rock, serious roof. And it looks like the windmill top is down. I guess that's how it goes sometimes. Over here is another nice barn. Like I told you, these barns are super seriously well built. One of the benefits of coming from like Europe or other countries like that, which were well developed at the time, if you were an employee a serf, a lowly peasant living down there, and you gain skills in masonry, animal husbandry, growing chickens, growing goats. If you can steal some land in Texas or acquire land in a certain fashion, you can pretty much do very, very well. Here's a close-up of the stonework. So what do you think of the stonework? And of course the wood and the woodwork right there. In the barn they got quite a bit of hay, and sometimes they have the animals in here, the horses and such. Now here's the serious barn. This is a nice barn. I would like to have it as a house. That's how nice a barn it is. It's very, very, very well built. It has definitely stood the test of time. Of course, you have a beautiful wall here. You have fences of wood, fences of stone, and there it is, that beautiful house. Let me read this little section here. Take a quick peek. It says it's the Bruckner farm. There's a photograph of the family. And the rest is history. Of course, the history of the indigenous people of the region is pretty much erased. It's called erasure. We don't talk about them. Texans don't talk about them because they did not exist. History did not begin until European exploitation of the region. This is a very nice barn, don't you think? So history in Texas did not start till the mid-1800s, and those are the harsh facts of the victor writing the history books, okay? History 101. History is written by the victors. It's not written by the indigenous people. It's not written by the Mexicans. It's written by the European that came over here and started, their businesses, be it cattle raising, and et cetera, et cetera. Of course, as we all very well know, the cattle industry was started by the Mexicans. They learned it from their Spanish heritage and their Moorish heritage, Arabic heritage, and a lot of the customs were adopted by European settlers. They learned from their vanquished Mexican employees, those that worked the land, of course, said, you can't own land, but you can work for us. Some beautiful, beautiful oaks. Beautiful. And some private property over there. Sometimes in this building, I would see people giving demonstrations of how to cook in the fireplace, how to cook over coals, etc., etc. It was very, very instructional. This is Jesus Manuel Mena Garza. I hope you're having a fantastic day. My wife's a little bit behind me. In a second here, we're going to go to the Johnson house, the Johnson historical home where Lyndon Baines Johnson was raised here in Johnson City, Texas. We're going to go to that next, okay? It's a little area where they show some person dressed in vintage attire of the period of the mid-1800s, and they're cooking with cast iron cookware, making some beans, making some chow for the ranch hands. It's a beautiful day here in Johnson City. Super humid, but I still am enjoying myself. Hope you're having fantastic weather wherever you're at. Definitely a bit dry over here. This little stream is dried out. I've seen fish in here, just minnows, odds and ends. Here's the backside of the building I showed you earlier. They have quite a few displays when they're open. These doors here and doors here. They have restrooms and they have various exhibits. I bet you it's closed. Yeah, it is definitely closed. And they have little rocking chairs right here so you can just relax and enjoy yourself. Very nice. Beautiful. Again, stonework, reminiscent of Germany, Czechoslovakia, and those countries. And of course in Mexico and Spain they had stonework too. Got some picnic tables out here. It's very nice. Let's keep on walking. I'm headed towards the home of our past president, Lyndon Baines Johnson. Lyndon Baines Johnson, by the way, one of his first job was teaching at a school with primarily Mexican students. So he definitely gained a little bit of an appreciation for Mexican culture and issues of diversity and the rights of humans from that experience. I'm pretty sure. But what do you think? So I'm walking back from that area with the cattle and the barns, and I'm headed towards where the rangers are and also where the main parking lots are. Let me turn around the camera and show you. So there's the ranger station. There's my truck parked right there. You can see it right over there on the other side of that tree. And over here is one of the main bits of infrastructure. So it's beautifully landscaped over here. I really like it quite a bit. Nice crepe myrtles and other bushes. I'm not going to show you everything because I'm starting to get tired out walking around this heat. It's super caliente. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. I would greatly appreciate it. And if you have the time, please leave your kind and super professional and friendly and extremely nice comments below. Again, I used to work at Pedernales Electric for over 5 years in the marketing department. And here's that building over here. I'm not going over there. There's a parking lot. And up straight ahead to the right is RV parking. When I mean RV parking, they have these very long areas where you can park your RV readily, just, over here on the right. Here's the Johnson family home. Some of the outhouses. I guess that's the wrong word. The room's outside the main house. Here's the outhouse. So here it is, says right here, LBJ Boyhood Home. There's our past president, LBJ. There's the outhouse, far away from the home as possible. And they got some barns, positives. Of course, they have these beautiful lambtanas and other bushes around here. It's well taken care of. The Lyndon B. Johnson home here. In the back, they have a sunroom. I think it's closed off, this museum. It's closed off, but they have a sunroom back there where they have screens. And on those hot days where there's a bit of a breeze, you can have, that's behind here, you can relax outside and sleep outside instead of stuck in the house. You get very comfortable with your bodily processes living in Johnson City, Texas, living in this house, because obviously you're going to be sweating quite a bit. And there's no air conditioning, no AC. Here's the front entrance to the house. Let me show you this house. Typically they offer tours just about every day, but because of COVID-19, it says right here, it's not open. Okay, straightforward. It's not open right now. So beautiful trees, and right across the street is where I was working, Pedernales Electric. Again, this is the boyhood home of Lyndon B. Johnson, and of course headed towards Fredericksburg. On the right side is their ranch, LBJ Ranch, where he retired to. Lady Bird retired to. Nice bit of property. And right there is Pedernales Electric Cooperative. They have about, in this place here, they have about a good 6-7 buildings. Again, 6-7 buildings, and that's the main building. There's another building over there, and there's another building over there, and of course they have about at least a half dozen branch offices. Quite a few branch offices. Again, back in the day, Austin was a concise little city. So was San Antonio and San Marcos. And Pedernales Electric provided electricity, part of the rural electrification program back, I think it was in the 30s. LBJ was spearheaded it along with E. Babe Smith and other folks. They said, hey, we need electricity out here too. We want to have fans. We want to have a toaster. We want electric lights. So here's again Pedernales Electric Cooperative. I used to drive from Lockhart, Texas to here. First I would drop my wife off at UT Austin in Austin, Texas. And then I would drive here. It was like a 2-hour day just driving here and then 2 hours driving back. It's quite a bit of driving. But you got used to it, waking up at 5:30 in the morning and getting home about 7:30 at night. And of course they would have me going out, driving about, you know, doing marketing, promotions, meeting businesses, dealing with newspapers and publications, radio stations, TV. And I did that a lot. I remember one day I drove 380 miles in one day. We had such a gigantic territory. Gigantic. It was gigantic. So let's end this video. Ooh-wee, it's definitely a bit warm. This has been Jesus Manuel Menagarza. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. You've heard that before. Please like, subscribe, and share. And please leave your kind and super friendly comments below, and I'd appreciate that. And if you have any questions, comments, suggestions, feel free to send them my way. Again, I lived here for quite a period of time, just down the road in Lockhart, 100 plus miles. And my wife worked at UT Austin. She was getting her PhD down there also. And then, of course, I worked here at Pedernales Electric Cooperative at their headquarters. Hope you're doing fantastic wherever you're at. Gracias. Adios. Bye-bye.